And we are live. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome to Saving Money Unapologetically with your host, PG. That is me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all of my loyal subscribers and to ones that are new to my channel. Thank you to the ones who are stopping in and who may stop in the near future. Thank you. Hope all is well on this lovely Tuesday. As you can see, ladies and gents, boys and girls, Money Tip Tuesday. That's what today is. And we're going to talk about a couple little things because this is a saving money unapologetically channel. I am your host, PG. That is me. Let me get a few things straight. Check this mic here because I don't see where I am loud enough, but I hope so anyway. Yes, guys, Money Tip Tuesday. Today, let's make today a no spend day. I know that some of you who tune in to me and some who may be stopping by for the very first time will be participating in the economic blackout that is coming into play on Friday for 24 hours. So, with that being said, let's make a little trial run of it, if you would like, and let's make Tuesday a no spend day. See what fun things you can do with your time without spending any money. You may do a little potluck at home, clean out the fridge if you have a couple leftovers from Sunday and on yesterday, and put all of that together and have kind of like a little home buffet for you and your family. Have family game night tonight without having to spend anything out of pocket. Maybe do a family movie night. Those are some things that you can do without spending any money out of one's pocket. If you have a streaming service, which most people do, and if not, there are plenty streaming services available that are absolutely free. Now, they may not have the movies that are in the in the theaters that may be broadcasted in your home, but certainly I'm sure that you and your family or your roommates or whomever can probably agree on watching something together and having some fun. Pop a couple of bags of microwavable popcorn or do some homemade popcorn on the stove top or whatever your desire is. Maybe eat some snacks or something and just chill out. But let's do a trial run and have today a no spend day on this Tuesday. With that being said, my plans are I have a couple things in the fridge that I have from Sunday and a few little tidbits here and there from yesterday that I plan on eating in a little while for lunch and also for supper, and adding a small amount of veggies to it to end the day with some veggies on my plate. And I do have a doctor's appointment later on this afternoon, but I won't be spending any money to get there, nor will I be spending any money because it is my primary care. That is zero copayment. So I won't have to spend any money today, but I will be out of the house for a little while, taking in some good vitamin D because the sun is nice and shiny outside where I am. Hopefully it is sunny and bright where you are, and hope the weather is good. But yes, those are my plans, not to spend any money today. Now, yes, of course, we have our bills set up and we have automatic drafts and auto payments and what have you. And certain things come at certain times of the month. And if you pay your bills like me, I normally pay my bills, before they're due. So I don't have anything coming out my account, so it won't be like I'm spending money. It was already allocated to spend or to pay if that insurance premium is due or whatever. But with that being said, let's keep it rolling and let's make Tuesday your money tip of the day is to make Tuesday today a no spend day. And if you really like that, you can perhaps try to make every Tuesday or every other Tuesday a no spend day and see how much you can save. Let's not go to Starbucks, or let's scale back and not perhaps get that coffee on the drive home this afternoon from Dunkin' Donuts or from Krispy Kremes or wherever. Let's not get that Danish maybe for lunch. Let's make it a no spend day. And it may seem hard or it may sound hard, but it's really not. You'll be surprised. Take that money that you saved today and move that to something that put it in your little emergency fund, or move it over for a little bit of extra money for a vacation. You know, $15, $10, whatever it is that you saved today, $20 or whatever. Hey, if you do it enough, it will certainly add up. If you do it enough, long term, it will certainly add up. And what I always say is it's not about how much you can save in a short period of time, but it's how much you can save over the long haul. Because a little here and a little there goes a long way. Just a moment, folks. I got to put you on a brief pause. I will be right back, I promise. Sorry about that, folks. That was a delivery that I was receiving and didn't anticipate it. Normally, they just put it down on the porch, put it by the door, but they actually knocked on the door. So, I am back, and again, I apologize. Money Tip Tuesday. Next up, I want to say this little quote from Thomas Jefferson. It says, "Never spend your money before you have it." So many people with so many things that are happening, literally happening as we speak. Some people are in debt even before they get paid. They're borrowing against the money that they're currently working on that week's pay. They're borrowing against it before they even get it in their hands. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Thank God I am not in that position, and I haven't been in that position. But I say that to say all is not lost. If you are in that predicament, my suggestion to you is to try to work yourself out of that predicament. And what I mean by that is I'm not saying work your fingers to the bone. Kill yourself by working so hard till you just collapse and drop. And I'm not saying kill yourself literally, like unalive yourself. No, that's not where I'm going, and that's not what I'm talking about. So let's not get it twisted. What I want to say to any individual out there, or to an individual or individuals that may know someone, or that I may be talking directly to you, is find a way to make a few extra dollars. Even if it means taking a few surveys every day. And let's just say you decide, I'm going to do 30 minutes out of my day, 7 days a week, to take a few online surveys. And I'm going to get knocked out. You already know you're going to probably not be qualified for 2 out of the 3. So in a 30-minute period, you may be able to do 6 surveys. Let's just say. maybe 5. 6 might be pushing it. And you're going to be knocked out of at least 2 of the surveys, maybe 3. But for the ones that you do get into and are able to complete, and you get a couple dollars here and there, one is $2.50, one may be $3, the other one might be $1.50. Let's say you made $6.50, $7 in that 30 minutes. Now that's not a lot of money. But if we do that and we average $5 or $6 every day, 7 days a week, that's a few extra dollars per week that you wouldn't normally have. That might yield you say $43, a little less, a little more. That could very well be that half a tank of gas that you had to borrow just to get to work last week against the paycheck that you're going to get this week. Let's say you have an hour lunch. You normally bring your lunch because you can't really afford to buy lunch or to go out to eat with your coworkers or colleagues every single day. And you want to try to save money any way that you can. So to pull yourself up, you decide you're going to do some surveys. Let's say you normally have about 12 to 15 minutes to kill, maybe 15 or 20 minutes each day after you eat your lunch. And you sit there and you chill out, or you're sitting in your car or your truck or your van or whatever, or maybe you're in the employee lounge, or maybe you're outside. Maybe they have some picnic tables or an area that you can go out and kind of be to yourself or do whatever. And you decide, I'm going to work and try to do 2 surveys while I'm on lunch, as soon as I finish lunch or before I eat lunch or while I'm eating lunch. And then when I get home, or when I go on break, I might just try to complete the others and see where you are. And if you're really committed, then you get up a little bit early each morning or each day to start your day, to go to your job or whatever you do. And you decide to go on and knock those surveys out for that day. And that way you'll have more time when you get home in the evenings or afternoons or whatever to do something different. Or you pretty much completed what you could on your breaks and lunch, and the time went by faster. You just didn't sit there. You were kind of intrigued and trying to see just how much you can do and how quick you can finish the surveys and make a few bucks. Then you decide when you come home, I finished all my home stuff or whatever, my chores, and I've got my little supper prepared or whatever, and I'm going to watch a little TV. But before I do, while the supper is still in the oven or in the microwave or in the crock pot or in the Instapot or whatever, on top of the stove or whatever, you're thinking, well, I can knock out this 30 minutes. I may be able to complete some stuff in 20 minutes. Let's see. So you hop online on your phone or on your tablet or on your laptop or your Chromebook or your iPad or your MacBook or whatever you use. And you knock it out. And you gain an extra $4 or $5. Before you know it, you're up to $50 to $60 every week, pretty much. Just by spending less than an hour, 7 days a week. Now let's just say you're home on the weekends. And you decide, well, Saturday is kind of my fun day. I'm going to get out and about, or can't really spend any money, but I was invited to a potluck, or I was invited maybe to a friend of mine's barbecue, or they're going to the park and, they're going to have a little picnic. And I said I would bring some sodas or whatever. And you go there, you're going to get your lunch, You bring the sodas or whatever. You had a couple of 2 liters already on hand. You take that over there and you say, wow, okay, so I had my little outing today. Let me get back and I'm going to spend an hour online and see how much I can make in that hour. Let's say you make $10. Then Sunday, you go back to your 30 minutes. Keep it at 30 minutes. And you make another $5 or $6. So like I said, believe it or not, you might laugh at this corny little idea. And you say, well, they're not paying too much, PG. No, it's this or it's that. That's fine. But it's more than what you had to add to what you have. And that way you're not hitting mama or daddy up or the next door neighbor or the friend down the street or the friend across town to Cash App you or to Zelle you or to Venmo you a few dollars so you can put some gas in your vehicle. Because you're a little short. And that's what I mean by, hey, you can try to pull yourself up out of that slump. Because what happens is once you get into that and your paycheck is always short, but not really short, it's always short because you owe out money against the money that you're drawing down from the paycheck. And that money is never being replaced and it's just a never ending cycle. But you can put an end to that cycle by doing something. If you're near an industrial area or you're near an area that has a lot of, let's say, schools and perhaps maybe grocery stores and a lot of complexes, a lot of housing complexes, apartment complexes, townhomes, condominiums, or whatever. Why not, if they're not gated, why not drive in and check the dumpsters? It could be a little dirty, sure. Wear some gloves. Wear your sneakers and your jeans or something. Change your clothes. Pick up metal. Pick up perhaps aluminum cans. Sure, you're not going to make a ton of money, but it's extra money. On the drive home, if you're working in an industrial area, check a few dumpsters. You'd be surprised what you find in there. You might find some copper wire. You may find some brass. You may find a plethora of things that you can take over to your nearest recycling facility or scrapyard where they pay you. It's on your way home. Or it's right in your neighborhood, or you have to turn down that long road where there may be 10 different apartment complexes, 2 or 3 schools, and it may be a shopping center. Say each week on a Saturday when you're off, you go across town or wherever to the nearest facility, recycling facility, where they pay you for the items that you bring in. Let's just say you average $25, $30 filling up your trunk of your car or whatever, not tearing it up or anything, but a couple of bags of this and that, and maybe a cardboard box or a milk crate of this or whatever when you separate it or whatever, to add to the survey money that you get and cash out to PayPal or whatever, or to Venmo or whatever. Then you're up to $100 a week almost, or perhaps $100 a week. You're able to buy that gas, keep yourself self-sufficient, hold your job, feel good about yourself, and feel good about not owing anything out of your check once it comes. Yes, you may not have much left over after you pay your bills, but you're not short. You follow what I'm saying? And I hope that makes sense. But if it doesn't, hey, figure it out or continue to do what you do. Continue to be who you are, and it's perfectly okay with me. I'm just trying to help because this channel is about saving money and doing what you can to continue to grow your money. No matter how small, we can still save something. Thoughts about money here. Money is power. as you can see on the screen. Money can't buy happiness. Money can make you feel good. Money can make you think that you're really, 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 really happy. But truly, happiness comes from within. It's up to us to make ourselves happy. Our significant other, our partner, our wife, our husband, our girlfriend, our boyfriend, our non-binary person, our trans person or people or whomever, our parents, they cannot make you happy. Happiness comes from within. Happiness starts with loving yourself and accepting yourself for who you are. Accepting all of your flaws. Working on the things that you want to change about you. And continuing to move forward. Life is in itself a work in progress. Money is power. At that point, you have the power to walk in a store, walk in any restaurant, walk in the dry cleaners, walk on to the parking lot of a dealership, and purchase an item or two or three or whatever it is that you need that your money will let you purchase. Money is power because you can pull back and not spend your dollars in places that you don't think align with you and places that you don't think are good for you or the environment or for whatever social justice activity or whatever it is that's near and dear to you. Money is power. You can cut off your money to large corporations and places and things and entities that don't give a damn about you and or whether or not you spend your money with them or at their establishments. You control the power of your purse and or your wallet. Money is power. Believe that. Money can't buy happiness. Money can make you think you're happy, but it won't last. That happiness won't be forever because the happiness comes from within and how you make yourself happy. It's not about the Benjamins. It's not about the lettuce or the cheese. It's not about that. You know, it's not about those greenbacks. And do you know the slang term for the US paper dollar or the paper bills? That slang term, greenbacks, actually dates back to the Civil War. And that was during the time that the money began being printed with green ink on the reverse side of the banknotes. And that was done to try to keep the counterfeiters at bay. That's how the term greenbacks came into play and is still sometimes said in movies and sometimes in real life to this very day. Lettuce and cabbage. Two vegan-friendly words for money that dates back, I think, the 1900s to be exact. And yet again, references the color of dollar bills. Some people call money green. Why? Because paper bills are green. Some people say, well, I got to get my coins, or I got to get my coin. The slang coin is used in Canada, the United Kingdom, and in the United States in a general reference to money. And not just the variety of metal coins. And that term has been used for thousands of years, actually. Metal coins of all denominations, because before paper money, there were coins also. And there were objects that were used for money or as money. And they call that coin as well. The dollar bill came into play. Now I'm giving you a little bit of my oddball, kind of geeky, kind of nerdy peek into what I like to study and what I have consumed over the years and from memory. But the dollar bill itself was issued in the United States government since 1862 or 63. But when they talk about the term bill or the slang, the word bill, it means $100 bill is really what it means. And like I said, cheese and cheddar, that's also used to refer to money. Where it really got its negative connotations, I guess you could say, the word cheddar, was often referred to government cheese found in welfare packages. When they would give out the commodities, we call commodities today, but they had welfare packages years and years ago. And they would throw in a block or a brick of cheese. And then from there, it was used to refer to money. In other words, the benefits from the government rather than cheese. That's how that came into play. Back in 1914, the American slang scratch for money came into play. But to my knowledge, or to my recollection, they still don't know why that word was first used to refer to cash. Some people call their money bank. Yeah, they made bank. That's been around since the 1500s. But back then, it was used to indicate a large sum of money. And when they really started using it, we were hip back then in the 1990s. Is they had coined the phrase or the term bank. Man, they better bring me my bread. I'm telling my age now. I know some of you know. I'm telling my age. But I say that to say this. The word bread has been used in American slang since around the 30s. Food is the most important reason that people need money. And bread is one of the most commonly eaten and purchased foods even today. Bringing home the bacon and frying it up in the pan, they weren't talking about bacon, pork bacon from the pig. That came about in the 20s. Now, there was a game that they played at the county fairs years and years and years and years ago. which was named the Bacon name. But it was all about running around and chasing a greased hog or pig. And you would be awarded it, the pig or the hog, if you caught it. And you would carry home your bacon. And that has been going on, like I said, since the 20s, probably 1924, 25. But anyway, it is what it is. Just to give you a little bit of slang terms for money today, also, while we're on our live, just shooting the bull with you. But for real, even moolah came around in the 30s. I've heard people call it big ones. My friend, a couple of people that I know across the pond, they've said the big ones, and I was like, huh? And they explained to me what they meant, and it was like, $1 million in pounds or whatever. And this was back in the 1800s, the late 1800s. Hey, can you spare a buck? Not a deer, but $1. The word buck has been used as American slang for the dollar since 1850s. Long ago, in the 1700s, I know that deer skins were once used as currency. Look it up. Do your own research. Cha-ching, ka-ching, ker-ching, cha-ching. Because, depends on where you from. The South, the deep South, the dirty South, north of the Mississippi. If you're from the north, it depends on how you say it. And that phrase, cha-ching, was based basically on the sound of the old-fashioned cash register. But anyway, giving you a little food for thought, getting you some a little information and a little definitions on some slang terms for money. It was my pleasure to do that and to talk to you about that. And last but not least, I want to talk just briefly about individuals who are disabled, whether it be youth or people that are past the youth age of 21. Did you know that if you are on SSI, there is a limit to your assets that a person can have, even if you work a little job? Say, for instance, someone who may have Down syndrome, but's able to work and they work a part-time job. They can only have a certain amount of assets, and those assets are generally $2,000, I think, or less in the bank at any given time. Well, an ABLE account, as it's called, is a savings and investment tool built specifically for people with disabilities that allow you to save money without it impacting your public and governmental benefits. And they're offered under Section 529A of the U.S. Tax Code in in the United States of America, as I'm speaking today. Now, next week, with the administration that's current, I don't know whether those type of accounts will exist, but you can go to Google and look up ABLE accounts, how to obtain one for your special needs loved one or family member or friend or spouse or whatever, or your person or parties that you know who are disabled and who may benefit from one of those type accounts. It works for some, may not work for others. I'm just bringing you an alternative to being able to perhaps save money as a disabled person and be unimpacted by having a savings account. It is called an ABLE account. Most all states in the United States have some type of form that banks will let you open up under the ABLE U.S. tax code, or under the ABLE umbrella of that type of an account for a specialized situation, being a disabled individual. So if you are interested, I'm just bringing it to your attention that ABLE accounts are savings and investment tools that you can explore in order to be able to save a few extra dollars and not have to worry about those monies being put or penalizing you from getting your Social Security supplemental income, older people who have children with developmental disabilities or who have certain disabilities. They may want to convert some of their funds into ABLE accounts for those individuals because those individuals are disabled. You must, in order to qualify for an ABLE account, you must have been diagnosed and on the books drawing a check or have a payee getting your check as if you were a minor or something before the age of 26. Now, if you are older than 26 and you have become disabled and are not on SSI but are on Social Security disability, regular Social Security. Now, let's get this straight. People who get SSI, that is not Social Security. It is only administered through the Social Security Administration. That is the agency that was put in charge of administering those funds. That has nothing to do with true Social Security. Okay? But I invite each and every one of you to look into this if you have a need or a family member or a friend, like I said, who may benefit from an ABLE account at one of your local banks in your township, your state, wherever you reside. Do the work, do the research, and enter at your own risk, because part of those accounts can be investment accounts as well. And we know when we talk about investing, there is a chance that you may lose some of your money, if not all of it. I am not giving out financial advice. I am only giving out this information. At the end of the day, you do what you think is beneficial or is going to be beneficial for you or your loved one who has special needs or whom may be disabled. Well, folks, it's been real. It's been good this Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in to Money Tip Tuesday. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was glad that I could actually talk about some of the slang terms that I was writing down as I was talking to you and thinking about some things that I just wanted to share. And I hope that you found that amusing or interesting. Please like, comment, and share this video with family, friends, coworkers, and the like. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being my loyal subscribers. Thank you to all of my new subscribers and to all of the new people that may stop in to look at my video. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Bye now.